Hey guys, System here, and this is All the Mods 9. I myself am having a wonderful day. Hope you guys all are as well. So go ahead, jump forward, get back into this maze pack. In between episodes, haven't done too much, did some decorating, right? So I have some green concrete that kind of ran lines all the way into the base here, into the center. Quite happy with how that turned out there. Then I just did a little more of the chipped deep slate there, so I got that going. Then I guess I also added some more lights as well. So I have these ones here, the dynamic edge light tops. So just have them up there on the top side of the block, kind of lit up the area very nicely because it was still a little dark in here. So I think that looks pretty awesome. Also went ahead and upgraded our molecular assembler setups over here. So the providers, upgraded those. Pretty cheap, not too bad. These ones have 4 rows of recipes. These are all from Extended AE. Extended AE has a lot of little good things, so pretty awesome there. And then I did their extended molecular assemblers as well. And these ones here are twice as fast and can do up to 8 crafts at a time, I think is what it said. So you go in here and you hold, let's try that again. You have to like click on a little weird. Let's do that. You go, hold G, there you go. Standard molecular assembler is advanced molecular assembler. Yeah, 8 crafting jobs at the same time. And then you need enough co-processing units, which we don't. But they're twice as fast as well. So on top of everything else, they are very fast. Now our co-processors right now, we have 1 from I think the crafting storage, and 1 more from each of the co-processing units. So I'd have to either add 3 more of these or make the better ones, which is what I plan on doing. There's one from the Mega Mod, which is another add-on from 4AE, which does 4 per lock. So that'll work out much better. We'll get to those just in time. So that is pretty cool there. Also, you don't have to move these to upgrade them either. The providers, there's actually a kit. So you make these little kits here. I actually have 2 of them. There you go. Because I have 1 I need to use here. You just shift to right click them on, just like that. And upgrade them. You don't have to move them all. Although there is packing tape, so if you want to move them around, you do that as well with this mod, which I thought was pretty awesome. But yeah, just the upgrades, just get everything a little faster. Also, I made another item here because I want to try it. It was this pattern modifier. So you notice in here it says the cobblestone. It says 64 for the recipe now, so 64 cobblestone to make, I guess, 64 stone, which is a much better recipe because these things smelt so fast, right? Because otherwise it's trying to send like 1 item at a time, and it doesn't really work out. So if I go to let's go glass, actually, because I need to change this recipe as well. I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's go glass, go like 200. So this is what the cobblestone was doing previously. Now it actually sends 64 to all the slots, kind of all at the same time, instead of trying to send 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, right? So it'll go way faster if you modify the recipe. So this pattern modifier here, kind of put this in, put it in a slot, and does all the math for you. Just click the times 2 a few times. There you go. It's up to 32. There it is up to 64. There's also some other settings in this thing as well that you can change, right? So there was a pattern modifier. This is for changing things or replacing items out of the recipe. And this one here, the pattern modifier, you can actually clone your recipes as well. But now that I have that, I put that probably into the other one over here. And when I go ahead and do glass, say if I want 1,000 of it, should go burr, just go insane, right? Look at that. That's so much better. And the extract will catch up after it hits 64, I think, right? There you go. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's good in the world. So yeah, just a way, way better at doing those kind of bulk recipes when you have really fast processing, right? So I thought that was pretty neat. And outside of that, I don't think I really did anything else. Look how fast it just did 1,000 glass, which is insane. So I love that. I was looking at this too. I haven't used this yet. May find a use for it. It's kind of edge case, but is the ME tag storage bus. So you can actually filter your storage with this thing by tags. Kind of gives you some, I guess, shows you the formatting, right? So you want to do, say, forge raw materials, which would deny all gems. I guess this one here is deny all gems. This one would be only accept raw ore. Yeah, forge raw materials. And it kind of tells you exactly how to format it here. Down here it tells you how to do like multiples and stuff. So you can just do a whole bunch of filtering just based on tag. You just write that in here, right? So you would just figure out exactly what tags you want to have set for your storage buses and be able to pull and sort things exactly how you want to. So I was just checking that one out. I haven't found a use for it yet, but be edge case, but pretty useful at the same time. So anyway, that is pretty much everything I did there. Oh, one more thing. Someone kind of mentioned this in between episodes too. So I'm kind of testing them out. These are the trader carpets. These are from Utilitarian? I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyway. These carpets here, when the trader comes in, he spawns here. So he doesn't spawn inside me anymore. So I'll probably put it somewhere where he's kind of like walled off. Then I can go ahead and just check him instead of having him kind of spawn on me all the time. Because it is a pain in the butt, right? But with these, it kind of controls where he spawns, which is nice and pretty cool. And they were really cheap too. They were like really, really cheap. Yeah, they were just this and a flower. So Really, really good all around. So the first thing we're going to do is automate all the mechanism based components, right? So I have a bunch of machines here. We're going to be doing, I guess, 3 metallurgic infusers at this point. So I'll do that. Then we're going to have an enrichment chamber. Then on top of that, we'll have our osmium compressor and a crusher here. The crusher will be mostly for dust, so I guess that's what we'll be using that for. Inside these two, I've already done a bunch of upgrades. So I made a bunch of the energy upgrades, which is just that recipe. So you just need to crush down gold dust and some of the alloys there. And then I did speeds as well, which is osmium. So that is pretty cool. You get the dust different ways too. You can actually do it with an enrichment chamber as well, depending on whether you're using the ore or an actual ingot. But I used ingots for this, so I guess that's the thing. Set up a bunch of recipes as well. Let's go ahead and actually get the power in here first. So let's go ahead and hook up power, which probably is the easiest part. We'll just have a line of power kind of in the center here, like this. Then we'll go ahead and set the extract on this one right here. Then go ahead and pop that in there. And that should do all the powering for us. So that is cool. Now we should probably go ahead and set up all the sides of the machines as well. Now think of it. This will be the first one we automate anyway. So let's go ahead here. You can reset all the sides by just clicking that there. It's so nice too. Now you can actually see the machines they're directly connected to. But on this side here, we're going to set this one to input and output. And then we'll have auto eject on. So when it finishes a craft, it'll send the items back in there, but also be able to accept items from the provider. So we don't have to worry about that there. And that should effectively automate that machine, actually. Yeah, think of it. Let's go ahead and set this one as well. This one will be the same thing, I think. So just that, then auto eject. And actually, no, that one will have 2 sides, won't it? So on the back of it, the back of it's going to have a exporter, and this one will have to be set to extra. So that'll be kind of the configuration for these machines here. Those 3 machines will have that configuration as well. This one here will clear that out, and this one will be a in and out. So anyway, let's do this one first, the enrichment. It is the most important. It's going to make the metallurgics all run more efficiently, right? So go ahead and grab ourselves the, that is, actually, is that the right, that doesn't look like the right obsidian dust. When I set up this recipe, I was grabbing the wrong dust. No, that is the right stuff. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I kept trying to grab the occultism dust when I set up the recipe, so I just want to make sure there that I did fix it. That's good. I guess we'll need that as well. So let's go ahead and drop these recipes off. This one will go into the compressor. So this will be osmium compressor. This one's going to have osmium dust. It's going to have enriched refined obsidian. It's going to, no, why did I say osmium dust? It's obsidian dust. Then we'll have the enriched diamond and the enriched redstone. So that'll be kind of the recipes there. I should be able to actually make those now. Those recipes should effectively work. So if I go to enrich here and tell it to make 20 more of these, go ahead and do that. Should be able to make that, no problem. And it should, yeah, just get dropped off into the system. We don't have to worry about it. So these machines here are all effectively automated now, except for the osmium compressor, which we'll come back to. So I guess the next ones we want to set up are our actual metallurgics. Now, we need to get the materials into them that we need. Also, I made the factory upgrades. Kind of forgot about this as well. So the basic tier installers just take the basic control circuits, so this stuff here. And then the advanced ones just take the higher level alloys, right? So the first level circuits and this jazz here. So super, super simple. But once you have these, you just kind of shift or right click them on. There you go. The first kind of upgrade gives them 3 slots, and this one's going to give them, I believe, 5, right? And then there's 2 more after this, but we'll just wait till we have everything else automated. And let's go into here, set the size on these ones here. So we'll be, I guess, doing an in and output out of this, so same as before. Let's go ahead and set that on, and then we want to have on the back of this one, again, will be extra, right? So just have that configuration. Should have made the, I forget what the tool is that you need for copy and pasting with Mekanism. Should have made that, but anyway, go ahead and hunt down in and out, and we'll do the same. That's good there. And do that one more time. Then we just need to get the backs hooked up. This will be effectively done, actually. Input, output, right there. And then the back extra. Fantastic, right? Anything else in there? No, we got everything. I guess I could set them up too. This one's going to be for the, this one will be doing redstone. So we'll be doing the enriching with the redstone, right? So that's going to be this one here. So have the infused alloys. And that will also be the basic control circuits. This one up here will be anything that uses the diamond, so the enriched diamond there. And we'll go ahead and drop this one off in there. It's fantastic. For right now, this one will be the atomic alloy. I think that's the only recipe we have in there at this point. And that should be good there. Anyway, let's go ahead and head to the back there. We will need some exporters. I don't think I have any more, right? Or any right now. ME extended. I have the extendeds. I don't know if we need the extendeds for these particular setups, but there's extended ones too, and they're faster. So they're definitely faster. So we've got 4 of those. Then on top of that, we'll need crafting cards. I may have those in here. Go ahead and grab them maybe. There you go. Do I have any craftings? I have crafting cards. I have a whole bunch. Fantastic. So anyway, let's go ahead and hook up to the back of these, right? So we want to have the export bus, and it'll be on the back of all 3 of these. And we'll have it on the back of the compressor, crushing. So confusing that they changed the names of them, right? So there you go. This one is the osmotic compressor, right? Yeah, this is it here. So in these ones, we'll have crafting cards. So I'll have a crafting card. Then we'll have a bunch of accelerations as well. This one will be osmium, because that's what we need to feed into this one. So we'll just tell it to get osmium ingots, just like that. And once that's hooked up, that one should work. This one here will be the enriched redstone. So let's go ahead and grab enriched redstone, just like this. Do the same thing, right? That's good. This one here will be the enriched diamond. Let's go ahead and drop, hopefully, off. There you go. Drop that off. So that one's done. And this last one will be the enriched obsidian. So let's go ahead and drop that off as well. And this should be effectively done if I've actually done everything correctly. I probably made a mistake somewhere. I guess we'll find out. Be rare that I did everything perfectly the first attempt. And let's go ahead and grab 50. There you go. Get those done. Take no time at all. And kind of make sure we kind of keep our channels separate here, because I have 8 here and 8 here. We're getting a little low on channels too, actually. Where are we at? We're at 26. And that's going to use another 4 here. So I'll just bring this up like this. That should work. And then we'll just do this here. There you go. And what's that put me at? That puts us at 30. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we actually set everything correctly. Oh, actually, it's going to start buffering too. I guess I didn't really mention that. So you notice here, it's starting to make all the enriched stuff, because there's buffers inside these machines. So it's going to want to, I guess, fill up all those buffers, which is going to work out for us pretty well. And kind of handle that, right? So that's good. And once they're filled up, the machines won't be going constantly. Oh, I just needed to auto-eject on this one, apparently. And that should finish that, right? Auto-eject on, auto-eject on. There you go. So that should handle pretty much everything. It's pretty much backed up now. So it's doing all the stuff here. It will fill up all these slots as well, but that's fine. But I want to go ahead and make the top one now an atomic, because it has to go through like all the kind of recipes there. Be able to go ahead and make like 4 of those, no problem. Go ahead and craft that up and see if it actually happens. Yeah, it's actually making them no problem. So there you go. We can actually auto-craft all the base materials for Mekanism, no problem at all whatsoever. And like I said, once this gets backed up, these won't be running constantly either. Just has a little more refined obsidian. It's already done to gold. It's just filling up the slot, and that's good there. So we are good. That was super simple, super clean, and I have to say, I'm very happy they changed these machines, because you didn't used to be able to do this. You didn't used to be able to input and output out the same side. And somebody told me that in the last pack. Apparently it's been, at least since 1.19, you can do that now. And that's way cleaner, just having that one side. Because you used to have to connect to these things on so many sides, it was a pain in the butt. But with this new kind of configuration on these machines, it makes it so much cleaner and so much easier to do. I have to say, I'm kind of in love with it. It's really, really good. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to something else here. So the next thing we're going to do is get into some thermal evaporation from Mekanism, right? So I already set up some recipes here. You need to make some of these valves. We're going to need some of these evaporation blocks as well. Probably need about 100 of those. So we'll go ahead and get those set up real quick. This is a multi-block that's going to turn water into lithium for us, basically. I think we're going to need, what are these here? These are the controllers. I guess we only need 2 of those puppies. So that should handle that. Then I may end up needing like 20 more of those. I'll just grab them. Now the max size of this multi-block is a 4x4, I believe 18. We're not going to be going that big at this point, because we just need a little bit of lithium to get us into the induction matrix. So we could actually go ahead and start making the induction providers, induction cells, so we can actually store and move around massive amounts of power, right? We'll also need a resistive heater. I may have set up that recipe as well. I can't remember. Yes, I did. Go ahead and grab that. And that's pretty cool. I think the max size of this is 18, so you can make it a 4x4x18, or we're going to be going much smaller than that. Also, I went ahead and got these up to max size as well. I guess max tier. This is the 4th tier. So now they have 9 slots. Everything's good in the world. And I think I fixed the machines too. I didn't have auto-eject on 2 of them. I do now. I should show you one thing with the recipes of those too. So this here, refined obsidian, I had this one wrong, right? So when you kind of shift this over from a machine like this, right? So you shift it over, it tries to add the liquid. You have to remember to take that out, then set the recipe. Otherwise, it's going to put that in there. It's going to kind of hang up because it's not going to see that or be able to put it in the machine, right? So something to just be aware of. So I think everything's good there. I think we got everything we need. We're going to be using these to move channels too. They're going to be like our kind of pseudo P2P. So P2P with AE2 confuses a lot of people, but I think we can get around it just with these ME wireless connectors. So let's go ahead and set this up and get some lithium, right? So I think I have just about everything I need here. Need to go ahead and grab a sink, throw it there. Go ahead and grab ourselves a pipe real quick. Do that. Set a extract, hopefully. I have no tool on me, which is not helpful at all. Let's go ahead and hunt down a tool here. Made myself the configurator. This is the tool for Mekanism. So I went ahead and get that real quick. Go ahead and drop off a pipe upgrade, at which point we'll go ahead and throw one of these valves on top, right? So we're going to bring the water through the bottom. The water is going to get processed from in the first solar evaporation tower into brine, at which point we need to move it over to a second one and turn it into lithium, right? So that's kind of the process, right? So really simple either way. Let's go ahead and kind of get this set up here. So that should be good there. And then we'll have one more ring, just like this, I think. If we could actually get all of our actual stuff and things. We'll end up with a couple more ports here too. So one of them is going to be for heat. We'll use this one for heat. This one here will be for the initial liquid that we need to move into another tower here, right? So that's what we got going on. So we got that through the ports, basically, is what we have. And then we'll need a controller as well, so I should probably leave that open. Just trying to figure this out. I think it won't multi-block until it's 3 tall, right? So after I get the controller in here, this thing should multi-block, right? So go ahead and pop you down. There you go, it actually multi-blocked, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and get you out of the way for a sec. We need ourselves a wand as well. And we should be able to go up at least 2 more levels in this space. Now later on, if I need to make it bigger, like I said, it could be much taller, and we may need it for progress later on. I can just dig down, right? So I don't have to actually go up. I can just go down. That's kind of my thinking. Anyway, let's go ahead and pop these ones down as well. Once we'll get this one mostly in place as well, then we kind of get everything set up. So this one here will be like this, and I guess these 2 will be ports as well. So again, 1 for heat, 1 for the initial liquid. Then we'll have a controller over here. There you go. Then we'll have 2 more machines on this side. So we'll have to bring the liquid over here. We have to turn it to gas. Then we have to run that gas through a crystallizer. And that will be the final part to actually making the lithium, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get this done. Super simple, super easy, cool little multi-block. They changed all the blocks with Mekanism. And it's still throwing me off. And yeah, this looks completely different than it did for years. So I guess that's the thing. So that should be our 2 multi-blocks. So right now they're not doing much. You see here it's not even making the actual brine that we want right now because it's not hot enough, right? So I'm not sure the exact temperature we need, but we can make the heat really easy. We've got this here, the resistive heater. Let's go ahead and pop that down. That I believe is the incorrect way. So let's actually go ahead and rotate that. You need to set this to rotate. You just hold shift and kind of scroll wheel through the different settings here. Why you no turn, dude? Are you going to be difficult? You're going to be one of those ones? Oh, man. Let's go ahead and break this for a sec. It's going to be one of the ones where I have to do it from the side, isn't it? Over here. Try that. There we go. That'll actually handle that. Cool. And right there. Cool. So now that we have that, we just need to go ahead and throw some power on it. So let's get back here some way. Here you go. Go ahead and pop that there. Go ahead and set our channel. Cool. And with that, we can actually set amount of power to actually use for heat. I'm just going to set to 1,000 right now, which is probably way more than we need, but then we don't have to worry about it. But now you can see it's actually heating up, and as it heats up, our production is going up, and we're actually producing brine, which is what we want. We now need to get the brine into this one here, so all we need to do is grab ourselves a fluid pipe like this and pull that directly over, right? So we'll do that, get ourselves an actual pipe upgrade, and there you go, actually producing liquid lithium. So that's effectively the setup. That's all we need for right now. We do need 2 more machines, but once we have those 2 machines, we are pretty much good to go. I'll be able to kind of cover this up, make it all look pretty, and it's not too bad, right? Pretty simple. So the last 2 machines we need here, they're called the condensator. Don't quote me on that. I think it's this one right here. And then, I have the other one pinned, the chemical crystallizer. This one too is a little weird. So usually, for some reason, they want you to have the Great Tech fluorite to be able to craft this thing. And I have some of the Mekanism stuff, but I found that in Overworld. I haven't found any of the Great Tech stuff anywhere, but you have to convert it over anyway. So I only have a little bit of that, I think. Yeah, this right here. There you go. Because I usually just don't mine it until later in the pack because you don't need it, right? But, I think it was a 3x3 to convert this over. Yeah, there you go. It turns it into blocks. And then you go ahead and do this, and I'll do that. And the rotary should be super easy to set up here. We're just going to pop it down like that. Then we need to go ahead and pull out that liquid into this machine and turn it to gas, like I said. So we'll just do this here. Set the extract. We'll speed that up, I guess, just for the sake of it. Probably doesn't need it. But right now it's not working. Right now it has 2 modes, right? So this one basically turns gas to liquid or liquid to gas. Right now it's in condensating mode, we want it in decon. So we hit this button here, it swaps it over. See there, we're actually starting to get lithium. Now I may go ahead and throw some speed upgrades in here in a couple minutes, but for right now, at least it's making it, right? It's actually producing, which is what we want. The chemical crystallizer, I'm pretty sure you can't direct connect this one. I can throw it down and kind of test here. Yeah, I don't think you can direct connect this one. I think by default you just can't do it with this one. Yeah, I don't think you can. Maybe you have to set auto eject on this. So it would be gases right now, right? Yeah, the auto eject's on. It's not moving it over. So let's not do that. Let's go ahead and put it over here. It doesn't matter. We'll just run a cable. Maybe we'll use the other pipes too, actually. The Mekanism ones. I think they're called pipes. Let's go to pipes here. And then at mech. Because I think they'll just look better. These... Is it this one? Are these the gas? No, they're fluids. Where are the gas ones? I forget what the gas ones are for mech. Then we just need to go ahead and set the extract here. They were called tubes. These ones are called tubes, right? So this is the ultimate pressurized tube. Now that we have the extract set there you go. It's actually starting to produce our first lithium, just like that. And this is the dust here, and that'll be what we need to actually make our induction providers and our cells. And with that, we should be able to automatically, I'll put that to a drawer on top. So let's go here, go to the side. We want to make sure we're on items, which we are. And we'll do an output, auto eject. There you go. And then go ahead and throw some upgrades in here. And last thing we need to kind of do to get this, I guess, finished off, I guess, if we want to do it properly, is just speed up this machine because it's a little slow. So you need to set up a couple of crushing recipes and make the actual speed upgrades. There you go. I have these all maxed out. They're all good to go. So I have this one. It only took, I guess, with the size I have it, I only needed 5 upgrades to keep it maxed out. After that, if I take one out, it starts getting backed up with the liquid lithium again. And this one, it's not fast enough. So it's going max speed. I already have 8 of the upgrades in there. You can't keep up. So we'll just leave it how it is there. You already have 300 lithium. Took no time at all. And it's doing the stuff things, right? I guess it's going to get all backed up at some point, stop anyway. So I guess that works out. How much power does this one use, actually? Not that bad at all, actually. And this one should be pretty efficient because it's got more energy upgrades. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, if you ever want to make a machine just really efficient, don't put many speeds in, a whole bunch of energies, and they'll barely use any power too. So there you go. Not too bad. That one's using 1.6K. That one's using about 1K. So it'll be running non-stop. It'll fill that up. Like I said, we get a whole bunch of upgrades in here. So this thing can effectively hold 134 million of this stuff. But for now, we're good. We're good. So that's amazing. So I guess the next thing to do is actually go ahead and set up our induction matrix. So I think I have all the recipes set up for that. So let's go ahead and get that one done as well. And then we'll have to go ahead and set up a new power channel for our flux networks as well. Because I like having one that goes in and out for cleanliness and make sure you don't have any power loops. Totally forgot I had planned to go ahead and hook these up to channels over there too. So we get storage for that lithium. So let's go ahead and get that done. We're going to use this here, the wireless connector from Extended AE. So you go here and read this thing. It's basically like refined storages. I think it's called their transmitter and receivers. Same basic idea, except for we put the channels on the block and let us move that many channels to the other side really easily for a little cost of power and cannot be used cross dimension. So pretty easy to use. I do want to try them out here because I think it'd be a pretty kind of easy alternative to P2P. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop that down there. Probably going to want to go ahead and hook some fiber up to these too, because if I'm going to do a bunch of them, I'm not going to want them to touch each other and kind of share channels, right? So if I put down another one, this won't have the same channels there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the connector itself. Go ahead and throw that down. Then we have to grab, there's the kit as well. Right there, yeah, we need the wireless setup kit. Do I have to link this one up first? I guess we right click there, that one is bound. And then I think all we have to do is set up a second one on the other side, and we're effectively done this, right? So let's keep it in the center here. Maybe like right here, there you go. Go ahead and pop that down. Then I should just have to right click that on there. There you go, it's lit up. I think that's all we need here, and that's effectively done. So what I can do here is go ahead and grab our storage bus. Not that I want to, mess with it into that, but anyway, go ahead and grab that. Probably set that to, I guess, priority 10 on the lithium, and that should be effectively done there. I will have to lock that drawer, but I'll do that in a couple minutes here. And then, yeah, we are done. That is super simple. I think all we have to do now is kind of run cable, right? Let's do that and that. No channels yet. Still booting there. Go ahead and grab ourselves some flux. It's probably in my backpack, actually. Let's go ahead and hunt that down here. Cool. And hook that up. And see if this works. There you go. One channel being used. And our system should be able to see our lithium now. That is super simple. I really like that. So yeah, that is a very, very easy, I guess, alternative to AE2 P2P. So yeah, just keep those channels separate. on the actual kind of what you call it there, the controllers. And yeah, this is P2P basically, without having to do P2P. I mean, P2P you can do more stuff, but at the same time, if you're, I guess that what you're trying to do is just move channels, this is super simple because we don't have to run cabling all over the place, which is amazing all around. So yeah, that's really easy. I really like that. I need to lock that drawer too because I'm going to forget. So I have everything we need to go ahead and set up our, I guess, low power network here, the actual matrix, right? So the induction matrix. So this is a whole bunch of casing. I made a really weird shape here too. It's a 4 by 5 by 7, I think. So internally we'll have 30 blocks, but you can't go all the way up to 18 by 18 by 18, which I always thought was really weird because it's one, I guess, too bigger than a chunk, right? So it's really strange that that's the size it is, but that's what it is, right? So anyway, we won't worry about that. What you can do with this, though, I guess what you have to do, you have to have at least one provider and one cell inside it. Of course, we have the high ones. These are really expensive too. I should show you that. If you go to cells here, right? I made 3 of these. Go ahead and show you what I paid here. Each one of these, I guess 3 of these cost me almost 8,000 redstone. So it's pretty expensive in that regards. And then took a bunch of other stuff as well, like tons of iron and tons of gold as well. So they are not cheap blocks at all by any measure, but definitely worth it because we'll have massive storage here. So now that we got this here, all we have to do is go ahead and throw these in here, right? That, and this here. These will be what actually hold the power. This will be the one that actually sends out the power. The provider, I guess, is 52 million RF tick that it'll be able to send out, which is way more than we could use at any point, so we won't worry about that right now. I'd probably be like endgame Greg Tech to need that much power, to be honest. And then you can use, I guess in the front here, it doesn't matter. You can use more casing if you want to. But for a change, I'm going to use some of the structural glass because you could use that as well. So go ahead to set that up. And once I kind of bring this across here, it should multi-block. There you go. So that's how that works there. The glass can't go on the outer edge. Just be aware of that. But now we have that set up. We have our, I guess, interface here. Actually see our energy, our capacity, all that stuff. How much you can actually store, and all that good jazz. Now we need to get power in here. So we're going to set up from this plug. Probably going to go ahead and create a new channel too. So I was thinking a new channel. So go ahead and do that. I think we have to name it up here too. Yeah, I wish you could actually select all with that. Just Control S, but you can't. Let's just call this power for the sake of calling it power. We'll make it a yellow channel. So that should be good. And I want to make sure it is just, I guess we can just go public on this for us. So let's do that. Switch it over to this, right? So now we have new channel. Our other machines are getting power currently. So what we need to do is go ahead and throw a point on this, right? So go ahead and grab a point. Go ahead and pop it on here. Set that to be power. And that should start giving this power, right? So the power is coming in now. It's coming in at a 131,000 KFE a tick, right? That's what's going on there. Then we'll just have a new plug, and this will be what actually routes out the power to all the other machines. So should work here, I think. Kind of see how it works here in a second. Why you no sudden power? Oh, I didn't change the port. I'm such a dork. Let's fix that. So yeah, you have to do this here. You have to actually set the port to output, then try direct connecting this. It's still not getting the power. Oh no, it's getting it now. Yeah, I was having an issue with this one early on. I couldn't direct connect. I'm curious of a kid now that we actually have a power buffer. I thought maybe it was because we couldn't do it because we didn't have a power buffer. See here. Yeah, see this one won't work. That's so weird. For some reason with this multi-block, you can't put the plug directly on it anymore. That's so strange because you used to be able to do that. So what I'll have to do with this one is make another passive forge energy power tap. So we could actually get all the power out, because right now I think our limit is like 130,000 with these pipe upgrades, right? Then we'll just go ahead and grab the plug, put that in the center, then the center extracts, and this between the two of them will be able to pull enough power and actually get it all into our actual matrix, right? There we go. That's awesome. So it's draining it out. At this point, this thing should stay on until this matrix is actually full. This matrix should take a little bit of time to fill up here too. We're only at 230 million thus far, but in time that'll fill up completely, at which point that thing will start throttling itself again. So yeah, that's going to be our little power system there. So the main point of this too is to have the two different systems. So you have one bringing in the power and another one out. Because if I left this just on a purple channel, it ended up cycling. It would just put this, it'd be moving power out of the matrix and putting it back in. This way we have a nice clean system where it's only coming in and only going out, and we don't have to worry about any power looping. So that is our power system. And moving forward, that's pretty much going to set us up for endgame. We can just expand on this if we need to, and adding more power, of course, if we need that as well. So that is awesome. That actually works out really well. And this should be on non-stop now at this point. So that's pretty cool as well. So yeah, that is our induction matrix. That's awesome. We got through all that today. No problem at all whatsoever. Everything's good in the world. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this one up here. I want you all to have a happy holidays, happy and safe holidays. As always, I'm going to try to get a video tomorrow, but no guarantees at all whatsoever. It's a very, very busy time of year for me. So anyway, as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. Really liked it, hit the subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, guys, all have a good one. See you guys in the next video. Later.